It is time to make the sound to summon the stream. Greetings, dear viewers. Hello, Cole. Hello, Noob. Hello, Nancy. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Okay. Last week, rather disappointing and a failure on top of it. I didn't know if I would just continue from the last save or if I would just move on to Alpha Sapphire. In the end, I decided, nope, we're doing this legit. We're making a full second attempt to beat the Elite Four in Pokemon Soul Silver. So, what does that mean? All of the Pokemon that we locked out on our first attempt at Soul Silver are now unlocked. All of that has been wiped. The list in the description should be reset to how it was at the start of the first stream of Soul Silver. So, yes. I also should have successfully wiped the save. That is what I did not do. I did not bring up my various reference sheets here. Hold on. Yes. Pokedex, Poke Earth, and Soul Silver Gym Leaders, just so I can use that as reference. Let's see here. Really need this list. Here we go. Alright. So I've got that up. And yes. And we're using the shiny Gyarados this time. No, we are not. Magikarp and Gyarados are still locked out from the first run. And since it is a guaranteed shiny, it still does not violate the shiny. It's just a guaranteed shiny is as good as any other guaranteed encounter. So we're going to call our character we ain't seeing a shiny then. Yes, most likely we aren't. Okay, so in honor of how our last run went, our character's name is Oh God Why. No, actually, we can just put a Y at the end. Yes, I am still a boy. Just need to adjust the name. Yes, in all likelihood, we will go through all of the Nuzlockes without seeing any shinies. That's just the way shinies work. There. Oh God, why? The possibility of shiny hunting is still there. Alright. Come on. Time for Oh God, why to get started. Hi, Mom. Yeah. Thank you, Mom. First thing to do, make sure I save over previous data. Yep, back from the top. This is going to be a clean attempt to. Yes, integrity. Look, I'm going to be completely honest. The reason we're not starting Alpha Sapphire is because I was very busy this week and didn't set up the assets for starting Alpha Sapphire. This has less to do with integrity and more to do with laziness. but it still works. Naming order, Cole had first comment, so Cole will get to name our what exactly? Well, we don't really know yet. But it is time to find out. Cole will get to name our... Oh, thank God, not Chikorita. Cole will get to name our Totodile. Alright. Second comment was Noob, so Noob will get to name... Noob will get to name whatever our next Pokemon is, which may take a while. Henrik. Okay, is that another Bee Warriors reference? Yes, Nancy, you will get third. Yes, let me... Oh, right, it's because this is the A button. Alright, Totodile... Not a Bee Warriors reference. Okay. Alright, don't worry, Totodile. Your name is Henrik, and you're coming along with the trainer. Oh god, why? Did you have a C in that? No, you went for K only. Alright. Say hello to Henrik the Totodile. Alright, let's go. Hello. Yes, we get potions. Potions are good. Okay, so chat. Do you want to only start keeping track of routes after we get our Pokeballs? Do we want to engage that rule? It still probably isn't going to make much difference, but... Right, other thing I wanted was my tracking list of locations. Here we go. You can all see just how seriously I take my Pokemanning. I keep checklists. Alright, Noob votes yes. Does anyone else have an opinion on that? Whoops. Anyone else have an opinion on only starting the tracking after we get to an area? Okay. So that's 2 votes for not tracking the lockouts until we have Pokeballs. So I'm pretty sure that for these first few routes, what we had found is that they were consistently only good, Route 29, if we approached them at night. Night is 85% Hoot Hoot. Day is 40% Centret. Going for the Hoot Hoot is still the better option. Oh, I need one more document open here. Here we go. The Nuzlocke rules, which I did not replace on my end with the new list. So let me just copy that out of the description. Here we go. And post that into my list for reference. paste. There we go. Okay. Doing homework so I can help. That's good. Okay, I think I now have everything open that I need. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to close the game and we are going to make it nighttime. I might be able to help with your homework. It depends what it is. First, we're going to give ourselves the rare candies. So we're going to turn on the monitor display here real quick. Going to shut that down. Derivatives. No, I cannot help you with the derivatives. I've never studied calculus, I'm afraid. I'm barely passable at trigonometry. Okay, Pokemon Soul Silver, save. Other, we need to adjust our items. I believe they count in the medicines. Rare candies. Just give ourselves 999 of those. And export the save. Okay, we have our rare candies. So that's taken care of. Yeah, I'm sorry I can't help you with that one. Now we need to adjust the date and time. Just so people can see what I am doing. Set time zone automatically. Set time automatically. No. Set manually. It is, in fact, 10:12 p.m. Yes, it is definitely 10:12 p.m. right now. That is a definite fact, and you don't need to worry about it. Mareep is not locked. Mareep is Gen 2. Anything that's Gen 2 exclusive is automatically unlocked. A number of Gen 1 things are also unlocked simply because we only first got them in this run. And back into the Soul Silver. Switch the displays. However, one thing we definitely can do is get a Pokemon based on answering stuff back in Violet City. Okay, we do have our rare candies. I commissioned new sprites, by the way, but waiting for them to get done. Alright, so none of the tracking is going to start until we have Pokeballs. We've agreed on that. Actually, I can make a note of that in the rules as well. I can modify Rule 4. I may only acquire one Pokemon per location. The first wild Pokemon I encounter in a location is the only Pokemon I may catch if I am allowed and managed to do so. If the Pokemon is not caught, no new Pokemon may be acquired from location. This tracking only begins once I have access to Pokeballs. Okay, so Rule 4 has been updated to reflect that. And I'll update the stream description real quick to reflect that as well. And fixed. Okay. Sorry for the bit of slowness. We're just making sure everything is as it should be. Alright. Our first battle is a Hoot Hoot. We'll just scratch it to death. I feel like if we did X and Y with these rules, it would be pure hell. Luckily, we're not going to. This Nuzlocke is exclusively the Gen 1 through 4 remakes. Once you get to Gen 5 and above, you have to start considering rules for a number of edge cases. Because that's when you start having encounters where it'll actually heal your team in between certain battles. So, yeah, there's a lot more complicated edge cases there. Noob, it is very likely that you will end up getting to name a Hoot Hoot. So you might want to start thinking up names for that. I would say it's probably well over 90% chance that you are going to end up naming a Hoot Hoot, either on Route 29 or after that. Hello, yada 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 yada, yada yada yada, yada yada yada, Apricorn Box. We can now once again begin attempting to deball the Johto region. Because we are heroes, and heroes have come to deball the region. You have to make sure that you spay and neuter your apricorn trees. Yeah, water gun. Water gun. Cool. Let's make a quick... There we go. Quick switch. Oh, crap. Right. Sprites. That's the other thing I forgot. One moment. We need our lovely Henrik up here. Sprite list. There we go. Sprite list. And we need our Totodile. Grab the image. I knew I forgot something. I knew it. And adjust this to Totodile. And there he is! There's our good boy! Everybody say hello to Henrik! Change that. There we go. Alright, we have to deball another tree. Totodile was actually my very first Gen 2 starter. All the way back in the day when I first played Pokemon Silver. My very, very first Pokemon ever was a Squirtle. And the very first time I ever played Silver, I went with a Totodile. Uluku, if a Hoot Hoot. Okay. Cool. Let's see if we can't get another level before we fight our rival. Oh, new. If you would like, you could trade in your Pokemon name to name the rival. Or we can all just work collectively to come up with a name for that asshole. Last time we named him Quinky. Well, I named him Quinky. Antidote. Antidote, very good to have. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. Moving on. Good. Upuku means the soul of goddess of wealth, so... Okay. We gained another level. That's good for the move Rage, which we are definitely not going to be using. Alright. Oh, right. Okay. Couple changes I need to make here. First, text speed to fast. Battle style to set. Change the frame to... That looks fun. Nice. Alright, we're all gonna work together to name the, to name our rival, then. What should we call this mysterious figure? We'll drop a single Leer, and then, honestly, Rage might be good here? Rage is not being good here. Oh my god, my attack is so low. Just use Water Gun. Okay. Spampton, Chris, Evareg, King Mule. Okay, those are 4 good suggestions. So I will have to find a way to combine them all. Spampton, Chris, Avareg, and King Mule. How in the name of the 9 hells do I combine all those names together? It's going to be challenging, but not impossible. Hello! Yeah. Alright, did I happen to get his name? Okay. So, his name is... Cramvig. Cramvig. Obviously, this man's name was Cramvig. Cool. Alright, and an egg. And the gym leader challenge. And let's heal. Cramvig sounds like a Dark Souls boss name. I mean, we would definitely need some kind of a suffix to the name for that one. It would have to be Cramvig plus something else. Hey Mom, I'm going on a journey. Every time you receive prize money, I'll skim some off the top and spend it. No, Mom! No, you fucking won't! I will be the only one who has access to my PIN number. Yeah. Okay, Pokemon catching. There we go. Alright, we have Pokeballs. It is time. Route 29 is now live. And it is, in fact, a Hoot. So, now we just need to catch the Hoot. This will help with the Bellsprout Tower. Pokeball! Alright, we have captured the creature. And so it shall be named Uluku. Uluku. Is that right? Is that the name that you desired? We can also make note of this. New Bark Town was checked. And we got a Totodile. Route 29 was checked. And we obtained a Hoot Hoot. Uluku. Okay. Nancy, you will get the next Pokemon. So if we look at Route 30... Weedle, I think morning is the best time. Yeah, because morning is 50% Weedle, 30% Ladybug, and 10% Kakuna. All of those are available to us. So we're going to make a nice, quick little change in time again. While I also adjust this to be a Hoot Hoot. There we go, little Hoot Hoot. Gotta check Deltarune bug characters. Okay. Alright, we have saved. We are stopping. I am adjusting the date and time. Because, in fact, I was wrong. It's not 10:27 p.m. It is actually 7:15 in the morning. Obviously. Okay, loading back up. All right. Here is a nice little Centrix. You know, not everything has to be a reference. Although there is nothing inherently wrong with references either. Die, Pidgey! My Totodile will be the strongest around. So, Uluku is only level 2. Which does not particularly bode well for now. It prevents me from getting really attached to the Pokemon. Alright. So, let's see what we catch. Again, it is likely Weedle, Kakuna, or Ladybug. Let's see what flavor of awesome will be joining our team. It is a Weedle. Just don't let anyone die. I will do my best. I will do better than last time, I promise. You know, I actually just did something really silly. I just looked down at the computer's time because I was curious what time it is. And I was confused to see that it said 7:17 a.m. I think that shows a fundamental problem with my ability to process information and think clearly. Alright, Henrik, come back. Pokeball, go! Okay. So, Nancy, the name is Tenna. What the what? You will have the next name. Tenna. There we go. Alright. We have acquired Tenna. Now we need to put in a Weedle. Hello, little Weedle. And the poison will not kill Uluku, so we're gonna be okay there. But we do need to get some levels onto Uluku. See? Uluku survived the poisoning. We're all fine. Alright, let's go. Time to climb the route. Could also use a couple more Pokeballs, and by a couple I mean 2 couples, which is 4. Let's grab a few extra potions as well. And we'll go up with 3 antidotes and 3 paralyze heals. Okay. I think that's a good start. Alright. Weedle! Hello, Weedle. We're just gonna do the swap out. There we go. Perfect. Yes, hello, small child. I would like to fight you and steal your money. Because I am the hero of this story. Good. No, I very specifically do not care to hear about how your Rattata is in the top percentage of Rattatas, Joey. Okay, you start with a level 2 Pidgey, and you missed a tackle, because of course you did. Whatever. Henrik, why don't you handle this? Water Gun! Okay, Uluku is level 4. And I don't want to swap him back in. We're going to be fine. Hello. Hello. Caterpie. Surely I can take a Caterpie. Alright, Uluku just got his first solo win. You fool! You can't defeat my Uluku simply by covering it in silk. Alright, Uluku, level 5, learns Hypnosis. Success! Moving on. Okay, Route 31. This is yet another new route, so let's take a look at the Route 31 offerings. So in the morning, new options are 30% Leddyba and 20% Bellsprout. During the day, 20% Bellsprout, and at night, 20% Bellsprout. So, morning is the best encounter. What? You are next on the naming queue. It's probably going to be a Leddyba or a Bellsprout if we get one on this route. Okay. What? You can name the Bellsprout if you wish it. Okay. Pokeball, go! Alright, Bellsprout has been captured. And we shall add it to the list here. There we go. Bungus. Is that the name you want to go with? What? You want to keep it with Bungus? Just want to get a confirmation before we confirm. And then after that, Cole, since there's only been 4 people who've commented, Cole, you'll be on the next for the naming. Okay, Bungus is confirmed. This is going much better than last time. Is this on OG hardware? Absolutely. That is why I'm able to do things like save states. That is also why I have 999 rare candies. I am super on OG hardware. Okay, Dark Cave. Do we get anything useful here? We have a Zubat. There's no way we didn't run into Zubats last time. We did. So, nothing for the Dark Cave. Let me just add these to my list. Route 30 is where we got a Weedle. Route 31 is where we got a Bellsprout. And the Dark Cave location has been checked. Okay. Think I can Oko and Arbolifa at 41% with you on Mega Air Slash? I don't know. I really don't care any for competitive. Alright, let's do this. We have a level 2 Caterpie. Yeah, we're gonna be fine. There we go. Another Caterpie. Okay, Henrik, time for you to come in. Cool. Good job, Henrik. Weedle, dead. Caterpie, dead. No, I do not want to talk to you. Okay. Just drop a quick potion. And do you fight? No, you do not. Hello. Alright, versus recorder. So, Violet City, we've got this guy. So, we could get our Primo. Uluku's looking around restlessly. So this was a thing I actually didn't know about until our first time around. But let's see what the gods say we can get here. We can get a Mareep, a Wooper, a Slugma, or a Togepi via eggs. So, let's bring up the Wheel of Names and let's see what we are going to get here. Alright. Adjust the wheel a little bit. Add an entry. So, Togepi, that one comes from the simple egg. There is a Slugma. We'll put that in red. There is a Whooper. We'll leave that in blue. And then in yellow, a Mareep. So, Cole, this is going to be the one that you get to name. The one that we are going to get for Violet City. And it is, in fact, a Mareep. So, Mareep is the encounter, and you can come up with the name for it. And I need to find the answers in order to give it. Pokemon Soul Silver Violet City egg code. Primo's code generator. Here we go. We're playing Soul Silver English. We have the trainer ID. Good old Oh God Y has the ID of 63992. Okay. So for the Mareep egg, yes, I will tell you what I think of you. We're gonna go to ABC mode. I think you are playing Snowcloak. And how do I like the way I'm so exciting and fun? Well, a completely normal response to that kind of question. I think you are normal ice. Cool. Alright, and that gives me a Mareep egg. So, Cole, Katie, or Z, depending on gender. And yes, Noob, you will be next after this. The first thing we are going to do, though, is hatch this egg. So, everybody doing okay? I had quite the busy work week. And, yesterday, unfortunately, my mother had to, put down an old and, rather sickly cat she's had that's been having increasing health issues. So, after a long day of work, I went and just stuck with her during that. And, you know, that always puts me in a not entirely positive, contemplative mood, so. Hasn't been the best week. I think Ghastly's actually locked out. Did we never lock out Ghastly? That's right! The one place we could catch a Ghastly, we accidentally knocked it out. Yeah, Ghastly. Noob, you are in line for a Ghastly encounter. And this time, I will not frickin' knock it out. But first things first, we need to hatch this egg. Come on. Away, small child. You know, this is a much better start than last time. So after Ghastly, which encounter am I possibly getting? So your encounter will be... I can't remember if there's catchables on Route 36 on this side. Let's take a quick look. Definitely not, because those are too high level. So you'll be Route 32. So for the morning, that would be Ekans or Hoppip. For the day, that would be Hoppip. For night, though, Whooper, Ekans. Whooper at 35%, Ekans at 30%. So we'll go night for Route 32. So when do we get to you, Nancy? Ekans or Whooper? Assuming we get the encounter on that route. Assuming everything goes to plan. But Noob is basically locked into a Ghastly, because I think Ghastly is the only wild encounter in the Sprout Tower. I may play it pretty fast and loose with my Pokemon gameplay, but that does sort of mask a truly absurd amount of life experience and knowledge of Pokemon. Come on, come on, come on. Surely this egg will hatch. I believe the egg will hatch. I trust in the egg. This is how you hatch eggs. You run back and forth for 10 minutes. This is where babies come from. I would just go catch the Ghastly, but basically the only thing I have that can hit ghosts right now is Poison Sting or Water Gun. I think Mareep is born knowing Thundershock, which actually would let it hit the ghosts. Although honestly, it probably can't hurt. Just to go ahead and grab myself the Ghastly real quick. Okay, never mind. Not Ghastly. We encountered a Rattata. Damn. The... Oh, god damn it. No, it's 100% Rattata during the day. God damn it. Okay, Sorry, I fucked that up. I fucked that up. But, on the other hand, this does mean we have still saved Ghastly for future games. So, not the worst outcome. I did this. Yes, I did. I'm sorry. Okay, Cole, if you are here, the Mareep is female. Or future runs... No, if we had to do a future run of Heart Gold or Soul Silver, like, if I failed this run, it's just going to, it's just gonna free them up again. Okay, so we have Katie. So in that case, we have to switch this to night again. So Noob, I will give you the Route 32 encounter. So let me just switch this to nighttime again. Stop. And it is now, in fact, 11:40 p.m., obviously. And load. Remember the sprite. Yes. Thank you. Okay, Mareep. And there is Mareep having joined the team. Alright, yeah, let's go see if we can't get that Route 32 encounter. Uluku is still gonna be fine. That's Ruins of Alf. I'm gonna go out this way. Okay, Route 32. 35% Rooper, 30% Ekans. And it is a Bellsprout, so unfortunately, Route 32 is dead. So we'll make a note of that, as well as a note for the Sprout Tower. Okay. We could go get an unknown. Would you like to name an unknown? Actually, I should probably save this for the grass patch on the other side. Oh, it listed those. It's just not every Pokemon here can be used. Since once we catch something, we're locked out of using it anymore. Yeah, we're gonna save the Ruins of Alf for the grass on the other side. So, I guess it's just Sprout Tower then. That shouldn't be too much of a problem. We'll just let our bird take point. Alright, let's go. Hello. What say you, old man? Hello, Ghastly. Unfortunately... You know, I really could have used a Ghastly. We can probably get a Ghastly in the burned tower, though, I think. So, that'll be okay. Bellsprout. Honestly, might just be best to put you to sleep and then tackle you down. Here we go. Uluku is level 6. Hypnosis. Tackle. Hypnosis. Tackle. And Uluku is now level 7. Oh God, why found a Paralyze Heal. That's helpful. I'm pretty sure we can get a Ghastly in the Sprout or in the Burn Tower. I think we'll be good there. At least the odds are pretty good, I think. I could be wrong about that, as I am wrong about most things, but there is also the slim chance that I might not be wrong. And come on, Uluku. Perfect. All right, level 8. Uluku is coming along well. X accuracy. Hello. Yeah, we're just gonna tackle you down. Next. 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 How many tackles you got left? 14. Yeah, you're fine. Okay, moving on. Let's go. 3 damage a hit is a fair bit tougher, but we also now know how to peck at our enemies. Significantly tougher. Yes, Mareep is level 1, but we will rare candy it up before we fight Falconer. So, we're gonna be just fine. quick potion. And Uluku is ready to go. Oh god, why I found a potion. Alright, let's go. And peck. And peck. I am a hero. Hello, rival. Hello. Yada, 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 yada. Escape rope. Hello, sir. And peck. And peck. This thing's actually a fair bit tougher. Can we put you to sleep? Okay, you can't go to sleep. Henrik, we're going to use you and your water gun. Oh god. Okay. This is looking a little bad for Henrik. But Henrik is a tough boy. He can handle this. Please stop pecking me. We are now in crit range. We are now no longer in crit range. Please wake up. Thank you. Okay, and that solves the problem. And then you have... Oh, a bell's... Okay. Pretty sure Tenna can tank a hit while we throw a potion on Uluku. There we go. Okay. And pack. There we go. Henrik hits 11. Tenna hits 4. And we win. It is just that easy. Where is everyone else? Who knows? People come and go like the wind. Alright. We're going to let Henrik take point. Let's go. 2 gym trainers. Shouldn't be any problem. Jesus. Okay. Little bastard was actually a real threat with its fury attacks. Good. Let's go. You've got 2 Pokemon. Now your Pokemon are dead. Cool. Okay, so let's review Falkner. Falkner has a level 9 Pidgey and a level 13 Pidgeotto. So all of our Pokemon can go up to level 13. Henrik can learn Bite. That is really damn good to have. Better than Rage, for sure. Alright. And take the rest up to level 13. Uproar, yes. Uproar, significantly better than Tackle for you. Alright, Tenna. Tina is evolving. And we'll just update since it's going to be a B-drill very quickly. There we go. You are now, in fact, a B-drill. Cool. But you also need 3 more levels. Focus energy, no. Alright, Bungus. It is time for Bungus to hit level 13. Bungus has learned how to grow. Bungus has learned how to rap. Bungus has learned how to put people to sleep. And now Katie. Katie knows how to growl. Katie has learned Thundershock. Alright, perfect. Our Pokemon are now all in place. Now that we actually have that taken care of, let's actually review our situations and natures and whatnot. So, okay, Katie has got the bold nature. Uluku is quirky. Tina is impish. Bungus is impish. Ah. And we have a modest Henrik. Meaning it has lower attack. Starters never disappoint with bad natures, do they? Oh, Henrik. Alright, let's do this. This is gonna be easy. I think we actually cleared this gym with just 2 Thundershocks last time. Okay, we're good. And Katie has learned Thunder Wave. And we have secured our first badge. Perfect. That is one of the most dangerous moving platforms I've ever seen in my life. Okay, so... Professor Elm wants me to take an egg with me. Now, unfortunately, I am getting this egg in Violet City. But I've already gotten an egg in Violet City. So this egg is going into a box where I will never allow it to hatch. Ever. It will be trapped in an egg in a box in a computer for all of eternity. Give the egg back to Elm. Hey, if anyone asks for the egg, they're welcome to it. Why is the egg locked? Because we already got an egg in Violet City. So cruel. It's fine. It's a Togepi. It was already an egg. I'm not doing anything cruel to it. I'm just letting it stay inside of its blanket for a little bit longer. It's gonna be fine. So next up is Union Cave. We might actually want to save this for later in the run. What is there on the lower floors? If we save this cave for surfing, we can guarantee a Whooper or Quagsire. So I think that's what we are going to do. I will make a note on Union Cave. Surf for Whooper. Which means I need to get through this without having any wild encounters. So we're gonna go grab a few repels. A guaranteed Whooper or Quagsire is absolutely great. Yes, hello. I will take 5 repels, please. Backup Water Boy. It also means that we can have an HM Slave Water Boy, too. Not to mention for Quagsire, the electric immunity could be important. Depending on the situation. We're gonna let Henrik take point again. What's the next Mon? I don't know. It's going to be on the far side of Union Cave, though. There is the Whooper I would have been a lot happier to get on this route, but unfortunately we don't. And Ekans would have also been pretty good to get, but we're not. We can skip all of these unimportant trainers. It is still on Noob's turn for the next name. There are no time a water type wants to be weak to electric. True. There we go. Good job, Henrik. No, I don't want to exchange numbers with you. Hello. Oh, Ekans is locked from last time. Oh, was that the one that I forgot to put on my list? Yes, it is. There was one that I had forgotten to put on my list. So, Ekans needs to be added. Ekans. Ekans comes after Spearow and Fearow. Ekans, Arbok. And then, once again, I need to update the stream description with that one. Yeah, I remember we had a whole thing about Ekans and Arbok being locked. Okay, just make the little switch. And save. And save. There's a rule that says something about loopholes being found. If it's an edge case not covered by the rules, then it's simply not covered by the rules, and it's fine. So if you find loopholes in the rules as I have written them, they are fine. The only time I declared that a loophole was not valid was when I realized it hadn't locked out the red Gyarados, which really, really should have been locked. Okay. Here we go. We are heading into the cave. Alright. We need to keep our rappels up. We need to keep this route alive for later in the run. For a guaranteed Wooper or Quagsire. Onyx dies to a water gun. Thank you, Hiker. Hopefully 5 is enough. What, just 5 Pokemon for now? Yeah, it should be fine. I mean, we have gone through way worse. Believe me. Hello. Okay, coughing. Dead coughing. Coughing. Dead coughing. Henrik has reached level 16. We get a great ball. Hello. Yeah. You're a weird furry. Alright, bite and bite. Perfect. Can I have my chance at the Slowpoke well? It's Noob's champ. It's all up to what we encounter next. So maybe it'll be you for Slowpoke well, maybe it won't. And it's going Noob and then Nancy. Okay. What's the number of this route again? It's route... Okay, Route 33. So let's take a look at Route 33. In the morning, it is 35% Hoppip. In the day, it is 35% Hoppip. And at night is just Rattata and Zubat. So we're going to have to shoot for Hoppip on this route. Which means that we're going to have to change the time again. But before we change the time, let's see what the forest is. Ilex Forest. What are its encounters? Morning is Weedle, Kakuna, Paris. Day, Weedle, Kakuna, Paris. Night is 15% Paris. Okay. So let's adjust back to the morning. It is not, in fact, 12:04 a.m. tomorrow. It is actually 7:04 a.m. today. Changing. Okay, and booting back up. So we are aiming for the 35% Hoppip. The forest is not off limits. The forest is just going to be night only. And it's only 15% chance for Paris. Okay. So, here we go. 35% chance. Noob, you might get a Hoppip here. As for the character limit, I guess we will see. So 35% Hoppip, that's what we're hoping for. And it is in Ekis. According to your rules, the forest is off limits. No, it is not. Okay, Route 33 is a dead route. So next up is Slowpoke Well. Slowpoke Well is 15% Slowpoke. Or we could save it for surfing later in the game and have a 100% Slowpoke. So, Noob, it takes patience. You will have a turn, but no, I cannot guarantee when anyone is going to have a turn. That's just the nature of things. Noob, do you want me to go for the 15% Slowpoke now, or do you want to save the route for later for a guaranteed Slowpoke? And if you do that, you can choose to get the guaranteed Slowpoke's name now, if you want. I would be fine just taking a name for a guaranteed future Slowpoke at this time, if that is your choice. Or we will gamble. In the meantime, I'm going to talk to this guy. Sure, you can call me. Cole can have the Slowpoke. Okay, Cole, do you want to gamble now, or would you like to give me a name now for a guaranteed future Slowpoke? I will take a name for a guaranteed future Slowpoke if that is what you want to do. And then we'll just skip your next turn, since that'll be a guaranteed future pick for you. Name now after me. Okay, so just Coles? Do you want the name Coles, C-O-L-E-S, for Slowpoke Well in the future? Slowpoke Well. Get Slowpoke with surf name Coles. Or do you just want Cole without the S? I will make the note of it based on your preference. I don't know what you're saying yes to. You'll have to clarify exactly which one you mean. Okay. Okay, yes. With the apostrophe S. Okay. Adding that to the notes. The note reads, get Slowpoke with surf name, Coles with the apostrophe S. Alright, that has been locked down. We will skip your next turn, Cole, since you have a guaranteed future one. Noob, we are still on your name. So we're not going to have an encounter here. And we're going to have to use our repels in order to prevent the encounters. We're just going to make this nice and quick. Get our Henrik evolved as quickly as we can. Very good. I would like to point out that among the curry ingredients in Pokemon Sword and Shield, I believe, are Slowpoke tails. So this isn't like just some crazy thing that Team Rocket started doing. Apparently there actually is a market for people just eating Slowpoke tails. That seems to just be a thing that happens in this world. Actually, ever since Sword and Shield, and especially in Scarlet and Violet, we now basically have absolute proof that people in this world do eat Pokemon. We'll get out without an escape rope. It'll be fine. So we need a Croconaw, grab, and adjust slot 1 to Croconaw. There we go. And a quick potion before we have Henrik absolutely wipe out the rocket leader. Hey Proton, what's up? Water gun. Hey Coughing, what's up? Water gun. Well, that solves that problem. Okay, Slowpoke Well is safely saved for later. Nope, I don't want to talk to your grandpa. In fact, if possible, I would prefer to get rid of that hiker's number. Ooh. Yeah, let's go with that. Alright. The real one I'm worried about is our rival battle. The rival has proven to be exceedingly dangerous in this game. Okay, here we go. This one. Cool. Hello, sir. You have a Weedle. Now you do not have a Weedle. Now you have a Kakuna. Now you do not have a Kakuna. Now you have a Beedrill. And this is where it actually gets a little concerning. And potion. God damn, the multi-hit attacks are such a threat sometimes. Heal up. Come on, Uluku, you got this. There we go. Good Uluku. Nice. We do have the forest. There are potential encounters in the forest. Alright, so first we need to go over, which is over here. There's Paris in the forest. We can do the forest. Oh, no! Paris and Parasect are locked. Oh. No, actually, I think you're right. I think I've been completely wrong about that. Is there anything in the forest? There's Headbutt. There's Headbutting in the forest. Yeah, okay, there's Headbutting in the forest. Alright. Let's peck the lady... Actually, no. Let's peck the Spinnerack. There we go. And kill. I forgot Pineco exists. I wish I could forget Pineco exists, but every time I have to go up against a Pineco, I end up dying horribly. So... Pineco is like... I fear him. Alright, so next gym leader is Bugsy. And Heart Gold, Soul Silver, they've got a level 17 Scyther, a level 15 Metapod, and a level 15 Kakuna. So the entire team is going up to level 17. Reflect is actually really damn good to use. Because Scyther is kind of horrifying. Poison Powder, no. Stun Spore, on the other hand, I do like. And then Tenna, you go up to 17. Twin Needle, yes, I do want that over Slingshot. And finally, Katie, who gets to evolve into Fluffy! Ipom is a headbutt Pokemon, but not in the forest. Hold on, I just got a text here I should reply to. Bit important. Okay. Alright, we got that one. And okay. So the Scyther is the one I'm actually really afraid of. Alright, let's do this. Yes. Let's actually start by trying to put this thing to sleep. I fear this thing. Okay, it is asleep. Now that it is asleep, we're going to put up our Reflect Barrier. I think Henrik can still hit harder than anything else I've got. Katie... Katie has the best super effectives against Scyther. And we have a Reflect up, so even if it wakes up, even a really, really, really bad hit should not be enough to stop me. Okay. Alright, I think I should lock this down with a Thunder Wave. Okay. It did that much damage through a Reflect. That thing is a real problem. Okay. I really need to keep up Reflect to deal with this. Of course, it has Shed Skin. Of course. Alright. Alright, let's just peck it down. Okay, he's going back into Scyther. Let's try the Hypnosis again. Alright, instead of trying to get up the Reflect, I think we just need to go for Peck. There goes the Citrus Berry. So it's all about how long it stays asleep at this point. Okay, quick attack. Jesus! Okay. Freaking hell. A non-stab quick attack did that much damage. And there's the Super Potion. Okay. Okay. This is fine. So what I really want to do is I want to be able to kill it with Katie so that it's going to swap in and I can get off a paralysis. Okay, that's fine. Now I want Potion on Uluku. I want Uluku to set up Reflect, then kill this with Katie. That's my plan. That way, Katie gets in with a Reflect up. And that should be enough to survive it. I want to play this as cautiously as I can. So there goes Reflect. Okay. Katie. Yep, there's the Poison Sting. God damn, it is getting lucky with those poison procs. Jesus. Absolute ass. Okay. That's fine. Reflect is up. We go for Thunder Wave. That's gonna hurt like hell. No, okay. It's paralyzed. It is paralyzed. Okay. How do we do this? I have to sleep, you know. If you want to just lock in a name for something in the future, you can, but I can't tell you what it's going to be. It doesn't have any way to kill Katie right now. Good. Okay, Reflect wore off. I'm pretty sure it can kill me from here with a U-turn. Although its last U-turn did surprisingly little. Alright, we're gonna Super Potion Katie, and we're going to hope for this. In the absolute worst here, and Red, Blue, Yellow competitive has only 6 mons: Metapod, Caterpie, Kakuna, Weedle, Magikarp, and Ditto. Makes sense to me. Okay, I don't think it can kill without a crit. Unfortunately, I am really freaking hurt right now. Tenna can harden. God damn it, this thing sucks. I've only got... No, I have no healing things left. So at this point, Tenna is my last hope. Does it have Technician or something? Yes, actually it does. Bugsy, the second gym leader in Heart Gold and Soul Silver, leads with her ace, which is a level 17 Technician Scyther holding a Citrus Berry that knows U-turn, Quick Attack, Leer, and Focus Energy. It is paralyzed. I need to get damage off on it. Of all the Pokemon I have, Tenna and Bungus are the least valuable. If I have to sack something, Tenna's at the top of the list. Yoganidra. Okay, that is locked in as the name for the next Pokemon that I catch. It is Focusing Energy. That is bad. Poison Sting and Twin Needle are still not going to be doing as much damage. It tried to Quick Attack. Quick Attack bypasses the paralysis slowing. Okay, that's good. Yep, Noob, you are locked in for next name. Okay, it was a crit, but it didn't kill. Alright, I'm going to go for the switch to Bungus. It goes for Quick Attack. And it got another crit. Okay. My entire team dies to Quick Attack crits. It doesn't matter if I sacked, because whoever switches in could still get hit with a Quick Attack. Basically, the only thing we do now is we wait for it to either not use Quick Attack, or to be paralyzed when trying to use Quick Attack. Those are the only two conditions where it can't kill. It's paralyzed. Okay, Bungus is dead. I don't have any potions. I am out of healing items. I can't potion anyone anymore. we have to give it to Henrik. Henrik's the only one who might survive a non-crit quick attack. Okay. It did not use quick attack. We have defeated the second gym. This was always going to be a real difficult one. But we got through it. We did lose a Bellsprout. But we are alive. We made it. And let's update for 2 gym badges. No, Bellsprout is not a bad loss whatsoever. Bugsy genuinely has one of the most terrifying second gym leader teams in the entire series. In Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Like, it's actually insane. Yeah. The poison's not gonna kill us. We're fine. Okay. There we go. And now, I am afraid, the first Pokemon loss must take place as we release Bungus the Bellsprout. That was a scary fight. Holy crap. Alright, so we're going to adjust this. There we go. Flaffy. Alright, so I am going to bring up the rival battle, because this rival battle was an absolute nightmare last time. Okay, your rival... Here we go, Azalea Town. They lead with a level 14 Ghastly, and their starter is going to be level 18. So we can lead with Henrik. The big problem is going to be Bailey. What am I joking? No Bayleaf has ever been a problem or a threat. Alright, yeah, we're good. Alright. Let's go, Cramvig. If that is your real name. Alright, Bayleaf. For Bayleaf, we're going to switch into Uluku. What with the goddamn poison? Seriously. You unbelievable asshole. Stop poisoning my goddamn team. Oh my god, you're healing. There, go away. Okay, Zubat. Zubat's fine. Katie can clean it up. Okay, we have defeated Cramvig. There, that was easy. Let's buy some healing items and antidotes. Let's buy 5 antidotes. Let's also buy 3 awakenings. Let's buy 6 repels. And the rest in super potions. There. We are now fully stacked up again. Today we are going to play until we beat Whitney. That's where we will stop it. Should I say things about the Bee-Warriors characters that I say moms should be named after? If you'd like. Okay. So, Ilex Forest, first things first. we are going to repel. Because we want to save this for Headbutt. Hello. Yeah. Don't worry, I'll get your Farfetch'd. Okay, yes. And this time, I won't pretend I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just going to actually go around and get them from behind first try. I know last time it was very annoying for people when I kept kind of messing that up on purpose. Alright, revive, that's good. So, let's see, we're just going to... We want to drive you that way. There we go, okay. So we have it face that way. And then we go up and around, and boom. Easy. Okay, that is HM1. So we need someone to be our cutter. Tenna... Yeah, Tenna's fine. Honestly, it's more reliable than Fury Attack. Okay. Now what we need is... Headbutt. Oh, is Headbutt past the cut? Yeah, I guess it's past the cut. Okay, drop another Repel. Don't worry, noob. A Pokemon will be named Yoga Nidra. I swear it. We found an X attack. Go around this way. Burning through a lot of repels, but that's okay. Because we found a crazy man headbutting trees. Katie is probably the one that we're going to have the least coverage moves on. Okay, here we go. Ilex Forest, Headbutt. It is a Hoot Hoot, so Ilex Forest is dead. I think we can Headbutt back in Azalea Town, though. Yes, we can for Spearow, Ipalm, or Heracross. Okay. Cool. The RNG is not on our side today. I would say the RNG has actually been exceedingly good today. Out of all the different areas where we have been at the mercy of RNG, more often than not, it's actually been favorable. Or at least it hasn't completely ruined us. That might be a more accurate way of putting it. Okay, let's go for an Azalea Town encounter. Clearly nothing lives in that tree. Okay, Azalea Town encounter is Spearow. Spearow is locked out. So Azalea Town is dead. Alright, moving on. Okay. We're going to be at Whitney before you know it. And with a Totodile as our starter, we're actually in a pretty good situation. Also, I can say conclusively, after how last time went, fuck the kimono girls. Just, what unbelievable assholes. Alright. So we have made it to Route 34. Let's take a look at the Route 34 options. There's no difference for time of day. It's 50% drowsy, 35% Rattata, 10% Abra, 5% Ditto. Or we can Headbutt for Execute, Hoot Hoot, Ladybug, or Pineco. Going for a 5% Abra or a 10%, or a 5% Ditto or 10% Abra doesn't seem like a great idea. So I think we're best going for the Headbutt. Yeah. Alright, we're gonna go for Headbutt on this route. Yeah, just peck him down. Cool. Sandshrew, that's fine. Let's go for an Uproar. And an Uproar. And an Uproar. Perfect. Maybe there's Pokemon in this tree. Why do the trees reject my love? Hello. You've got a Snubble. Uproar. 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 Okay, don't want to deal with you. Katie, why don't you go ahead and headbutt it down? Cool. Maybe there's Pokemon in this tree. Okay, Pineco, Pineco, Pineco. First thing, Hypnosis. Okay. Second thing, Throw Balls and Pray. God damn it. Okay, we got Pineco. We got Pineco. So this is going to be Yoga Nidra. We're going to mark that on my list. Pineco. Yes, I am really excited for this one. Pineco. And that means, Audrey, you will be next in the naming list. So this is Yo... Gan... Idra. We could guarantee you a Pseudo-Wudo encounter. That is something we can do. Cool. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Cool. No, I am not going to give you my phone number. Okay, we're actually doing really good now. Lyra wants to call me. No, I don't want you to look after us. Alright, we get your phone numbers. And I do want this item. Rattata. Embargo. Rattata. Perfect. Nice. Excuse me. Isn't this the... Yeah, this is the radio tower. Hello, Whitney. The quiz is not hard. Yes, I'll take it. Can you check the town map? Yes. Nidorina can only be female. Yes. Kurt uses apricots. He does not. It is impossible to use a TM on Magikarp. Correct. Professor Oaks, is he on with Marie? Yes. Oh, whoops. That's fine. It's Maria. Okay. Alright, so Whitney is now back at the gym. If we do go for Pseudo-Wudo, it will be a tough fight. But having a solid, like, rock-type Pokemon on our team could absolutely be the way that we succeed. Okay. Pseudo-Wudo does have a lower catch rate. Let me take a look here. Let me see if I really even want to bother attempting this. Where is he on this list? Pseudo-Wudo has a capture rate of 65. Okay. Can I be asked how in yellow you just get a normal Pikachu with nothing unique, but it can't even evolve? Well, the entire intention of yellow was to more closely follow, like, you know, the anime style adventure, so. Alright. I've got some strong Pokemon here. Okay, so Route 35 is another location. Route 35, in morning, I could get Nidoran, Abra, Ditto, or Yanma. In the day, it's the same. At night, the chances are basically the same regardless of the time of day. And I'm actually going to do some fighting because I want to afford some Ultra Balls to use on Pseudo-Wudo. And yeah, I think we're set here. Oh, wow. Yeah, we can do the fight. That's fine. Pikachu, bite, bite. That was easy. And you want to fight? Sand Shrew, Water Gun. I want to load up a bunch of levels on Henrik before we go in for Whitney. Also, I just learned freaking Ice Fang. That is so damn good. Water Gun. Water Gun. Water Gun. Water Gun. Cool. Yes, I want all of you to fight me. Water Gun. Water Gun. Water Gun. No, I am not giving my phone number to you. Voltor, bite. Voltor, bite. Voltor, bite. Bite. Okay, now I'm actually a little bit more nervous, so Katie, go for the headbutts. God damn it, Katie. Okay. There. Alright, we beat him. Alright, let's let Uluku take point here. Another bug catcher pack. Oh my god, with the freaking poison. God damn with the poison. Okay, it's a Drowsy on Route 35, so Route 35 is dead. There's also the National Park. In the morning, it's Weedle, Kakuna, Pidgey. None of those I can get. In the day, it's Weedle, Kakuna, Sunkern, and Pidgey. So Sunkern, and at night, it is Hoot Hoot only. Alright, so back we go. We will go for the 25% Sunkern in the day in the National Park. Whee! Run back, run back, run back. Let's go. Okay. So, first things first, we have to change the time again. Quill, can I send you something? Yeah, you're welcome to, if you'd like. Which route is Sudowoodo? Sudowoodo is 36. Okay, notifications. No, not notifications. Date and time. Adjust, change. It is 11:54 a.m. That puts us solidly into the day category. And load back up. So many people sending me stuff. Let's see here. Okay. Do that. And we got that. And Cole, you sent... Ah. A Dodrio variant. Very nice. Okay. Alright, National Park during the day, 25% Sunkern. Let's see what we get. We have a Weedle. The National Park is dead. Okay, mark that off. So, I guess it is just Whitney now. So, let me bring up the Whitney information. Whitney, Heart Gold, Soul Silver. Her ace is level 19, which I am already well past, but we are going to keep going well past. So the biggest problem with her is the attract issue. I might actually want to use Katie, simply to negate the problem of attract. It's a Mega Dodrio. Ah, I see. Alright. Let's see if we can't get another level on Henrik before we get to Whitney. Being able to just straight up overpower the Miltank would be exceedingly nice. Yes, go through here. Thank you. There's a Meowth. And a Meowth. Cool. And 2 more trainers. We got a Snubble. Now there's not a Snubble. And we've got Jigglypuff. Please wake up. And now there is not a Jigglypuff. Okay, Henrik got up to level 24. Okay, that is nearly 25... Actually, that's more than 25% higher level than Miltank. So I think we are in a pretty decent position to just try and flatly overpower her completely. Yeah, I guess that's about all I can really do. This is the bike shop. Yes, I will ride a bicycle for you. We'll just register it. There we go. So, the goal is to just overpower Whitney completely. And hope that works. Because if it doesn't work, it's going to suck. Her Miltank is also holding a Lumberry. So I could try to paralyze it, but I'm going to have to do it twice. She also has 2 super potions. So first thing we need to do is put everybody up to level 19. No Rage for Tenna. You're not going to soak enough hits for that to even matter. Yoga Nidra. Honestly, Yoga Nidra might be really helpful in this fight. I am curious. Okay. Katie Katie would be immune to Miltank's Attract. And if we go for flashes, it doesn't have any way to restore its accuracy. And that's also going to help mitigate the threat of rollout spam. So... Water gun... Water gun on Clefairy. We don't want to go into Bite because of Cute Charm. And then on Miltank... On Miltank, we'll just have to see how much I can actually hit it for. I think with Ice Fang, because we might get lucky with flinches or freezes. So that's going to be the plan. And then if we need to go into Katie, we're going to start with flashes to reduce accuracy. Alright, let's do this. Water gun. Okay, flatter to confuse me. Did it just metronome into flatter? Oh, it just boosted me. Okay, it metronomed into flatter. It metronomed into hyper beam. What the fuck, Clefairy? What? Jesus, Whitney. Okay, that's kind of horrifying. Alright, it wasted one super potion. That's good. We have a 2-stage special attack increase on Water Gun. We are no longer confused. Water Gun is now the better damage option. Do I stick with the water guns on Miltank, or do I go with the ice beams? Let me check Miltank's stats. I'm not entirely sure how its defenses are arranged. Miltank. You're here somewhere. Where the hell are you on this list, Miltank? Looking for M's, Miltank. 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 Oh my god, just fucking find it. Yes, Miltank under the Miltank under the whatever. It's number 241. There it is. Okay. So Okay, its special defense is lower, so I am better off going for the water guns. Okay. Water gun. How much is water gun hurting you for? You do still have one super potion. Okay. There we go. So we're both gonna super potion this turn. Okay, there's what I was worried about. Alright. Whitney has been beaten. Not bad at all. That went great. And that is badge number 3. Alright, perfect. Alright, so there's just one last thing we're going to do for today, and that is I am going to make a solid attempt to get Pseudo Wudo. Now, Pseudo Wudo is actually pretty goddamn tough, and it does not have a favorable capture rate at all. I am going to damage it as best I can, and I am bringing straight-up Ultra Balls into this. However, there is still the very real possibility that it is not going to be sufficient. So, Nancy Aubrey, you are next in line for naming a Pokemon. We're going to start with Paralysis, and then we are going to try to whittle it down from there. So that is the plan. Oh, I didn't get the Squirt Ball. Hello. Okay. Okay, we are now on Route 36. Do not touch anything until we get to the tree. Okay. Here we go. We are making full attempt on Pseudo Wudo. I really want this thing. Here it is. The last battle of today's stream. I got this. Okay. Pseudo Wudo. We are opening with Thunder Wave. We have the Paralysis. Now, on top of the Paralysis, I want it to be able to not hit me. I am genuinely terrified of this thing getting off really, really good hits. That is 2 flashes. That is 3 flashes. That is 4 flashes. That is 5 flashes. I am also filled with determination. That is 6 flashes. Okay. We are fine. We are in a controlled situation. From here... Let's heal and see how much a Thundershock does. This is actually your turn to name. Cole declared a future name. Noob got their name, so it is your turn. Alright, how much does Thundershock hit for? Flowey. Okay. It learned Thundershock. Okay. I want to get this below 1/3. I fear that a crit Thundershock could potentially kill, so we're gonna switch to Headbutt. Alright, this is the point where we really need to be careful. Flail is very powerful right now. I'm going to risk one bit more. Okay, at this point, I am genuinely scared that its flails could kill. So we're going to switch into Yoga Nidra, who has our highest defense by far. I'm going to go with a Bug Bite. Okay. It's about as low as it can be. It is paralyzed. I have 8 Ultra Balls. I am going to start with the Pokeballs. First Pokeball captured Sudowoodo. First Pokeball got Sudowoodo. All this help and Sudowoodo isn't even that good. The concept of not very good in a Nuzlocke is dependent entirely on your situation. Okay. Flowey the Sudowoodo. And we still have all 8 of our Ultra Balls, which is really good. Okay. And this guy gives me the Rock Smash HM. Alright, and now, last thing, we have to make sure we add it to the screen. Grab the sprite. And slot number 6, Sudowoodo. Just like that. Okay. Today has been an excellent stream. I have a full team of 6. We have lost only a single Pokemon. We have gathered 3 badges, and we actually have a good starter. It almost could not have gone better. It almost could not have gone any better than it did. This is so good. Thank you all so much for being here today. This was a great stream. I'm actually really glad I decided to restart this after all. This feels so satisfying. So yeah, be here again next week for another instance of Pokemon Nuzlocke Soul Silver. Next week we're going to be trying to get another 3 badges. Let me just make a note here for where we got Sudowoodo. Yeah, this... I mean, damn. This felt really good. And, of course, be here tomorrow for the weekly RPG Maker stream. The current daily series right now is Hollow Knight Silksong, which I am cheating my way through. That series is actually just about to come to an end. In fact, 15 minutes ago, I believe, my first episode of playing Act 3 has come out. And there will only be 3 episodes covering Act 3 of Silksong. So that series is nearly over. Then there is some Dwarf Fortress, which is coming, as I desperately attempt to figure out how to play Dwarf Fortress for the first time. It's going okay. There was an update for MMORPG Tycoon 2 for the world I've been building yesterday. Expect another episode of that probably sometime in the next week. And after that, I am actually going to be playing a visual novel. Well, actually, if I space those right, that'll probably be enough to lead right into Metroid Prime 4's release. Yeah, I think after that it's gonna be Metroid Prime 4, I guess. And then after Metroid Prime 4, I mean, God only knows. I don't know how long that game is, but I think we've basically got stuff planned for the rest of the year. I already know what I'm going to be playing for next year's Valentine's Day series, and I'm actually really excited for that one. That's going to be a lot of fun. So thank you all so much for watching. I will see you all in the next one, and it is time to make the sound to summon the end of the stream. Wow, 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 wow.